So good evening. I am Jeannie Kennemer, and thank you so much for getting on. If you're on here today, either someone has invited you because they thought you would be awesome at this business, or maybe you just came across the call information and you were curious yourself about what all was going on. So to start with, I'm going to give you a history of the company, and then you're going to hear from Shana and Lauren and myself, and we're just going to tell you a little bit about our stories and how we've been successful with It Works. And then you can make a decision if this is for you or not. And we'll also open it up for questions at the end. I love this format because you can see everybody. And I don't know, I feel like I connect better when I can see somebody and it's not just a voice or written words on the computer. So I hope that you guys like this too. If you don't have your video turned on, that's fine, but you can see all of us. So the company's been around since 2001. So we've been, each year has been better than the last, and the company is continuing to grow. The company is debt free, which is a big, big thing. That's how they can pour so much money into us and how our paychecks are, as big as they are. And the company is just now entering its momentum phase. And if you guys, any of you have like a business degree or anything like that, that will mean a lot to you. But if you don't, that's totally fine, because I knew nothing about business before I got into this, and I still don't really know much. But every company, it has one big momentum phase before it reaches stability. Not that our company is not stable, it is very stable, but we are in that huge growth phase that every company goes through, and it's a once in a lifetime thing for every company. So we've barely even scratched the surface of where our company is going to go. We're estimated this year to reach $1 billion in sales, and you really get to decide how big of a piece of that $1 billion pie you want. And I decided I want a big chunk. And whoever wants a big chunk can get a big chunk, because you basically write your own paycheck with this company. You decide how much that you want, and you know exactly how much you're going to have to do to get that. So that's something that I love about it. So It Works is known for that crazy wrap thing, and most of you probably already know about that, but basically you can wear it anywhere from your neck down to tighten, tone, and firm in little as 45 minutes. We also have a facial wrap if you didn't know about that. We also have a full skincare line. We have vitamins and supplements. We have a new energy drink. We have essential oils. What am I leaving out? That's exciting. We have so many things. We have over 30 products, and they're all natural and non-GMO, so I'm super proud of that. So that's just a little bit of a history with our company. And I want you guys to hear a couple of great success stories with this company. And these women are awesome. And I've chosen these women to help me with this call tonight because they're just near and dear to my heart, and they're doing so great. But their stories are not rare in this company, so keep that in mind. And first, you're going to hear from Lauren. Lauren, can you go ahead with your story?
Yes. I didn't know it'd be my turn so soon.
You were getting your notes together, weren't you?
Yes. Actually, I don't have notes. I'm just winging it. So,
did you hit record?
I did.
Good, yes, thank you.
We are recording. So, my name's Lauren Hogan, and I'm an Emrald distributor with It Works Global. I joined the business last March of 2015. So, I'm coming up on my 1-year anniversary on the 16th of this month. And I first learned about It Works whenever Jenny signed up. I had a history of network marketing. My husband and I had been involved with a couple other companies before. And when I was 18, I did a makeup company. When I was in my early 20s, I did another makeup company. When I was about 3 years ago, I did those wonderful bags that we all love. And then my husband and I did another health and wellness company a couple years ago. So needless to say, I had a little bit of knowledge about multi-level marketing, and I had heard all the spiel about, oh, you can make tons of money doing this, and you can work from home, and you can do it in your free time, but I was never successful at it. So lost thousands and thousands of dollars. Actually, the wellness company that we were with this last time, my husband and I had put almost $2,000 on a credit card to join that company, and took us years to pay off. We actually didn't pay it off till after I joined It Works. So I used to cry when I talked about it, but I've gotten over it now. Back time a lot with this company. So anyway, when I saw Jenny signing up, I thought she's gotten into one of those pyramid schemes, one of those things I've done, and she's about to lose all her thousands of dollars. I didn't know it was only $99 to sign up. And I didn't know anything about it. I just saw her start posting all these pictures of these bellies, and she was posting every single day on Facebook to the point where I was like tired of seeing it. And I remember she went on a vacation with our family, and she was sitting on the balcony drinking her greens, and she posted a picture of her greens, and she was like, I'm up early before everybody, working my business here with my greens. And I was scrolling through my news feed like Jenny and her greens, you know. And but anyway, I would not talk to her about it. I didn't want to sell it. I was curious about the wraps because I was blown away by the results that I had seen. And people that she knew, you know, she's tagging all these people in these pictures. I'm like, okay, this got to be real because these people aren't telling us that it's not, you know. So anyway, I really just wanted to wait and see if she was going to be successful at it. And so whenever she got to the Ruby level, which is the level right now that we're offering the $1,000 bonus for, it's about an average income of $599 a month. And so my husband and I both drive really old vehicles, and so we were needing a new car and couldn't afford another payment. And so I was really like, my wheels were turning about it. I was like, ooh, we could really use that money. Well, then, I mean, like the next month, I don't even know if it was a month later, she promoted to the next rank, which is where I'm at now at Emrald, making about $1,100 a month. And I knew that that would be life-changing for me and my family. And so I mentioned it to Luke again, and he was like, well, Lauren, just pray about it and talk to her. And I'm like, I ain't talking to her. She's wanting me to sell it. So anyway, we had get-togethers. I avoided her like the plague. It was terrible because she's my family. But anyway, hey, Connie, can you get him, please, so he doesn't turn the computer off? Yep.
Got it.
Take him to your room, please. Sorry, y'all. I have a new lab puppy, and he likes to attack my computer. So anyway, I joined, I met with Jenny and decided to join. I looked up some success stories from some other people on YouTube and was convinced that I needed to do the business. I felt like it was a godsend. And so since then, I'll tell y'all, I got to that Ruby level that I never thought I'd get to, that $599 a month. I got there in 6 weeks. I hit the ground running. I knew that we needed that money, and I was going to do what it took to get it. And so all I did was everything Jenny told me to do. She told me step by step everything that I needed to do to work this business, and it was so simple. I was making cash right off the bat by selling my wraps at parties. I made several bonuses from helping my team each week. Made my money back times 10 in just my first month. And so, needless to say, it wasn't money lost this time around. And so anyway, since then, I have gotten so many girls on my team that I never would have known before. It's people that I've met through other people and new friendships that I've developed. And I met a girl through a friend at a wrap party. She wanted to sign up as a distributor, and she didn't have the $99 to join. And so she decided to join, and we told her that we would do a party, and she could invite 4 friends to wrap for $25 a piece, and that would give her $100 to buy her kit. So we let her borrow those 4 wraps up front, and then when she got her kit, she could just give us back the wraps that came in her kit. So she decided to sign up, and I'm sorry, my dog is distracting me. Just kind of did not get him. So when I met the girl, she
and 2.
I think she either went to beat her dog or her son. I'm not sure. She'll be back.
Babe! Lauren, you're on mute.
Thank you. I'm sorry. The dog probably did that too. Oh, me. Sorry, y'all. I'm just real. But anyway, so this friend, she hit the ground running. She really needed this income. She's a stay-at-home mom.
All right, listen to me.
They were not making enough money. I mean,
No, you stop, okay? Because you're fixing to get in trouble.
somebody else is not me.
Joseph, brush your teeth, please. This is wrong. Come here. You borrow one, that becomes a 4, right? Oh, no, that's not wrong. I'm sorry. Looks like an 8.
Okay. So anyway, they really needed the income, and I love to help people. So I did everything that I could to help this girl get a $1,000 review bonus, and she was able to get it in about 6 weeks, just barely over that. And I remember that night we were up, it was like 11 o'clock, and we're working on our phones, and she was trying to get her last few customers that she needed. And her team was pitching in to help her out, doing everything they could. And I mean, we were just really like crunching it. And at midnight, she was able to get that bonus. And she was very excited, needless to say. And we were both crying at our computers at midnight together. And she messaged me when we got our checks. And she said, she said, a lot of people may not think that this is a big deal, but she said, my little boy's been needing a new pair of khaki pants for church, and we hadn't been able to go get any. And she said, when my commission's posted today, the first thing I did was go and buy him some new khaki pants. And she said, it may not be a lot to a lot of people, but it is to us because we've been shopping yard sales and consignment sales for years. So, I mean, things like that, that's what I love about this business. I'm changing my life and my family's life and getting us out of debt. But she's just one of many that I've been able to help completely change their life. And, kids have had better Christmases. People are paying bills off. People are actually having money to go buy groceries without having to check their bank account and overdraft. It's just awesome getting to help people change their future. So I think I went over my 5 minutes. I'm so sorry, y'all.
Hey, before we move on, can you share that awesome story that you had the other day from a customer?
Oh, yes, I will. I like to help people, y'all. And I'm a nurse by trade, for those that don't know. But there's a lady that I know through a mutual friend, and I just messaged her about the business. And she told me, she said, I don't know about doing the business. I'm real busy, but I'm interested in some of the weight loss products. So she went on to tell me that she had been considering having gastric bypass surgery, and she said that she had moved the doctor's name on her calendar like 3 times, that she was going to call this doctor and have gastric bypass. So I just told her my opinion about the surgery, and people that I know that have had it. Some have been successful and some haven't, but it's very risky and it can change your health forever, and so it's a really big decision to make. And so I just really started talking to her about a lot of the weight loss products that we had, and she decided she wanted to do it and get started and change her health. And I'm so excited because, this business may be, or these products may be what helps her not have to have that surgery and be able to lose weight the natural way. And, I'm helping her with her food choices and calorie counting and that kind of thing. And so I'm super duper excited to help her in that journey.
Yes, me too. Thank you so much, Lauren. Now you guys are going to hear from Shana. Shana was my very first diamond, so that will always, always, always be special to me. So I want you to hear about her journey because she's about to no longer be diamond. She's going to be making much, much more. Go for it, girl.
Yes. I have been with It Works for about 1.5 years now, and my story is different from Lauren's. I had never done anything like this before, other than I worked for Bath and Body Works for 5 years. So that was my only experience with selling something, but I had no experience whatsoever with multi-level marketing. In fact, I didn't even understand exactly what that was until I was already in this business.
Me too.
But I did know that my husband felt that any multi-level marketing company had to be a scam. And I was in a situation where we had struggled with fertility problems for many years, and we were using all of our savings in order to pay for fertility treatments. And I have a daughter who's older that was going to need to go to college in another year. And so I knew I needed to make some money. And like, I started thinking about this 2 years before I ever joined It Works, not in the realm of joining It Works or even doing anything like this, just knowing that I needed to find a way to make extra money as I'm spending more money than I had ever spent in my life on these fertility treatments. And that's a long, hard road if you've never dealt with fertility issues. It's emotionally and physically draining. You really don't have the energy or the drive or the time to go find another job. And literally in 10 minutes, they can take everything you've made at that job in a treatment. And so it's kind of like you never get ahead. In fact, we had cut off our cable. We had gotten rid of our satellite. Anything that we could possibly get rid of as a monthly expense, we did. And I'm setting my timer because I'll go over 5 minutes for sure if I don't. But so we had gotten rid of all expendable income, and Jenny and I were working together during this time that I was going through all of this struggle. And so she knew that, and she had this wonderful furniture business and this wonderful, she was refinishing furniture, not making it, but refinishing it. And she was also doing some hand stamped jewelry. Her stuff was beautiful. Some of you may have seen some of her work. And she was often in my prayers. And it was kind of like not praying for her business, but praying for God to give me a talent like he gave her, because I felt like, here she is. She's got so many talents. I just need just one talent to help me make a little money from home and make things a little easier for my family. So that was kind of always in the back of my mind. Maybe I didn't pray it every day, but I prayed it pretty often. And the other part that I prayed very often was that I knew that I needed to surround myself with a group of godly women. And I had tried to find that in church. That should be the easiest place to find it. But for some reason, I didn't connect with a lot of the women at the church that we go to and attend. It's in a very affluent area, and often the women don't work and outside the home. And you kind of, I felt like was looked down on if you did have a job outside the home, and I just didn't feel comfortable. And so I knew I needed that in my life, but I just hadn't been able to find it quite yet. And so I was praying about that too. And so, 2 years go by and I'm still praying about all those things and not really getting ahead. But the one good thing that had happened is after a lot of struggle and a miscarriage, we had been able to conceive our rainbow baby. And he's 2, he's doing great. And we were just blessed. I had some health trouble while I was pregnant with him. And so he was born a month premature, but everything was fine. But in light of everything, all the struggle that I had to have him, I just did not want to get my honey out and go get a job physically in another location. I knew that whatever I was going to have to do, I was going to have to step out of my comfort zone, and I was going to have to try something different in order to make some money. So I had started thinking about selling essential oils because I use those. And so I thought, well, maybe that would be something I could do. In the meantime, Jenny started with It Works. And like Lauren, I thought she was crazy. I thought, what in the world has she gotten herself into? I had never heard of It Works before this, never seen her app, tried her app, or any of our products. But I knew Jenny. And I knew that if she was involved with the company, she had to think it was legit. And I trusted her opinion. And so she had messaged me. Now I know that was a cold message. I didn't know that at the time. But she had cold messaged me about the business. and she asked me to join it with her. And, I was flattered that she wanted me to join it with her, but I really didn't think that that was something that I would feel comfortable doing, posting a bunch of belly pictures on my Facebook. I was pretty private with my Facebook, and I really kind of used it as a scrapbook for my family so that my family could see pictures of my little boy and my daughter. And when she started posting all this stuff, I thought, well, I trust her, but I think she may be just a little bit crazy.
She has
she and I,
graduated.
she and I had a couple of conversations, at which time I told her that I wasn't interested in joining this opportunity. And now I'm so grateful that I did. I think what changed for me and why I may have joined this business is just because Jenny said something that I think I needed to hear in my heart. And what she said was, we had a boss together that was a little bit difficult to work for. But one thing she had always said is that Jenny and I could take over the world if we wanted to together. And I think we both kind of believe that. And so Jenny actually said to me, she was like, Dr. T thinks that we could take over the world together, and I think she's right. And I believe you could do this. And I really needed to hear that she thought I could do it, because at the time I wasn't sure that I could. I've been one of those people in my life that if somebody ever said, well, you can't do something, I was like, well, okay, I'll just go do this then. I'd never been that person that was like, no, I can do it, and I'm going to show you that I can. I'm going over my 5 minutes. Sorry, y'all.
It's okay.
And so she said the thing that I needed to hear is that she had faith in me. And so I didn't know how I was going to do it. I just signed up. My husband didn't even approve that I signed up. If you know me, you know that I don't often get his approval on things. And normally he tolerates that pretty well. In this case, he was not happy. For about a month, I thought he wanted to kill me. But I didn't really know what I was going to do once I signed up. She just told me every move to make, and I just kind of did it. And we just hit the ground running, the two of us. At that time, it was me and Jenny and Donna. And there wasn't a whole lot of this team at that time. And we just kind of started throwing things together. And we learned through trial and error what worked. We worked out the kinks in a lot of things. We've made the mistakes that you don't have to make, because we've kind of tailored things through our experiences so that it's easier for our new teammates to learn and how to do this business. And so the amazing thing about it is you don't have to reinvent the wheel. I didn't have to know how to be a business person. Somebody else knew how to be a business person, and they shared it with someone else, and they shared it with someone else, and that person shared it with Jenny, and Jenny shares it with us. And it's been a phenomenal experience in my life. We have a bunch of debt, like a lot of people probably do. We have cars, we have house. My husband has a student loan that's going to be with us until we die, unless, I pay it off through It Works. We have been able to pay off over $20,000 in debt since I started with It Works, which is amazing. I no longer worry about how I'm going to send my daughter to school. I've paid for college in cash with this opportunity. I have also paid off debt, and we're in a snowball with that. If you're a Dave Ramsey person, you know all about that debt snowball. And we are going to pay these things off. It's just a matter of how fast. At the end of the month, I am going to be a double diamond. I'll get a $30,000 bonus when that happens, and we'll be paying it off a whole lot faster. And that's just the beginning.
And
I
double
know that we can
diamond
go.
commission.
That's right. Plus I'll get the commissions. Should be an average of around $6,000 a month. I'm still working full time at my job. I had not really been like Jenny in that I always wanted to stay home, but I never thought that was something I really could do. And that's kind of changing for me. I feel like now it's something I could do. I'll phase it. It won't be maybe just not go to work one day, but my goal is by the end of this coming year to drop down to 2 or 3 days a week and
I
at
didn't
my
know that. Yay.
real job. And to replace more and more of my income with It Works. And then once we are free of the debt, then I want this to be the only thing that I do. So it's totally doable. It's totally attainable. I think for a long time I really didn't have that faith in myself, but I borrowed it from someone else until I could believe it for me.
Oh, I love that. You did great, Shana. I'm going to tell you just real quickly my story, because if y'all follow me on Facebook, you know my story. I write it on there so much just because I want to help. I want to be able to help other people achieve what I've achieved. I used to think, well, I'm not going to share how much I make because that's vain and you shouldn't do that. But I just want people to know that small town girl and that, you know, didn't have a lot of money to begin with. I was working as a dental hygienist. I just want people to know that I'm not anything different than they are and that they can do it too. So I'm a double diamond. I've been with the company for a year and a half as well. Double diamond average income is $6,000 a month. And I also have another account. It's actually my ex-husband's account, but I still get paid for it. Long story. That he's a diamond and I get $2,000 a month from that account. So I get paid the $6,000 a month, $2,000 a month. And I've claimed a total of $55,000 in bonuses in my year and a half that I've been here. Sorry, my kids are getting excited back there. So I've got a ton of notes because there's so much I want to share with you guys. But I started out, like I said, as a dental hygienist. I'd been with this company that was the office. That office for 12 years when I decided to leave. But after just 7 months with this company, I was making the same thing I was making in that office. I had always dreamed of being a stay-at-home mom. And so when I matched that, I was like, it's time. I'm ready to, you know, stay at home with the boys. They were 4 years old at the time. They're twins. You probably hear them back there. I have gotten to spend that last year before they go to kindergarten with them and, you know, working my business on my own time and not having to miss out on their preschool field trips, not having to miss out on their preschool parties. If my kids are sick, I don't have to get that knot in my stomach when I have to call in. I don't miss sweet little things like this that he's handing me now. I do remember when I did miss you know, them rolling over or them walking, little cute things that they would do as a baby that I missed because I was at work because I had to go make a living. But so 7 months in, I quit that job, and, you know, all the money in the world can't buy those memories that I am getting to make with my babies for this last year before kindergarten. But so at the month after is that your homework? Won't you go ahead and do it? The month after I quit, I promoted to double diamond, so I started getting that $6,000 a month, and I just realized then that I can take this as far as I want to. I have friends in this business, lots of friends in this business, who are making as much as $32,000 a month.
That's the pen I can use.
You can have this. $32,000 a month, and they're still in their 20s. So. And then there's people who make the same thing that are in their 40s and 50s. So you don't have to be thin. You don't have to be outgoing. You don't have to be rich. You don't have to quit your job. You don't have to be a mom. I mean, you don't have to be a girl. There's lots of guys in this business too. There's no prerequisite other than just that you want it. And if you want it, we can help you do it. So I just want to give you a couple of little things that I had written down. Basically, these products sell themselves. Who doesn't want to tighten, tone, and firm? It's not just for people who had kids. It's not just for overweight people. It's for anybody, even if they are super, super fit and they just want more definition. It helps with that. But our wrap, again, is not our only product. A lot of times the wrap is why people come to us, but then they stay because the wrap results last like 6 or 7 months. For me, it was 7 months. They stay because they fall in love with another product, like our greens, which are my all-time favorite, and they decide, this makes me feel so good, I feel so healthy, I'm not going to do without this. So they come back to you month after month after month. So you don't have to continue to get 20 customers a month, because your customer base is building and building and building. And the company has what they call steps to success, and those are very simple. And actually in that, it says your goal should be 4 customers a month. And when I first heard that, I was like, really? That's all? So it's simple to do. This business has not been easy, but definitely simple. It's like Shana said, everything is in place and you follow the steps to success. 95% probably of what I've done to grow my business up to this point has been just through posting on Facebook. I mean, seriously, 95% of what I do has just been through Facebook in general. And a lot of people will say to me, I just don't have that many friends and family that I think would be interested. And what I tell them is, if a doctor's office or a golf course or a restaurant were wanting to build a thriving business, they wouldn't expect to be able to do that just off of their close personal friends and family. They'd have to reach outside of that. So through Facebook, and Facebook is free marketing, remember, through Facebook, we're able to reach out to people all over the world. In this year and a half, I have gained customers or distributors in all but 17 states. And I even have a new distributor in Australia. And all that's been through just social media. So we'll show you how to do that. Not right now. I'm trying to talk to my friends. You're supposed to be using a pencil for homework. Here.
You told me to use
I'm
this.
sorry, I wasn't listening, was I? Social media is the biggest way that I've grown my business. And it's kind of like you just get excited about something. If you bought some shoes or something and people were like, oh my gosh, where did you get that? You're just going to share it with them. People tell me all the time, well, I'm not a salesperson. You don't have to be, because people are going to come to you and ask you about these products when you start posting them. Or if you're wearing an It Works t-shirt, people may see you out and say, what is It Works? Or they may know what It Works is and say, oh, you sell those wraps? I can't tell you how many times that's happened to me. Let's see. I know a lot of people, well, you're going to have to wait. A lot of people tell me, I hear this every day, don't you, Shana and Lauren? It's too good to be true. Do y'all hear that every day? Yeah. It's too good to be true. How do so many people make so much money so quickly? And I wrote down a couple of reasons that I believe that to be true. It's because one reason is because we are in that huge growth phase, and only 1% of the population has ever even heard of It Works. You may be in an area where a lot of your friends are selling it, but it's just because it's concentrated in that area. But don't let that scare you, because like I said, social media, you sell to everybody, not just your people in your area. Let's see. Already said that.
I said that.
So less than 1% of the people know about it now, but because of how fast the company is growing, it won't be long before It Works is a household name. Jay, hush. It'll be like when somebody says Google or Nike, everyone's just going to know what it is. And so that is super exciting to me, because of the growth that I've seen just in my year and a half. When I first started a year and a half ago, we had 70,000 distributors worldwide. Now we have 100,000. So we've added 30,000 distributors in just that year and a half. So we're growing big time. But 100,000 distributors for a type of company like this is not that much at all. Oh, this part is super exciting too, is that our products are consumable. Like Lauren was saying earlier, she had tried her hand at a couple other companies, with bags being one of them. And you can only have so many bags. You can only have so many candles. You only need so much jewelry. But with these, our products come in a month's supply, and they use them and they're happy to buy them again at the end of the month because they're affordable. We have a loyal customer program where they can get everything at 40% off. So, I mean, like our greens, it's like $1 a day. And so because our products are consumable, you keep your customers coming back, ordering month after month after month. And that was one thing Shana had told me in the beginning about the oils, and why she decided it works was probably a better way to go is because that little bottle of oils is going to last you forever, and you need to keep getting more and more and more and more customers. Also, in every single conversation, well, maybe not every single conversation, but how many conversations a day do you hear, or just Facebook posts or something like that, where somebody says that they need to be less stressed, need to lose weight, need more energy, need more money, need to feel better, need to sleep better, any of that. I mean, I hear that all the time, and I see people posting about that all the time. You know what I do? I message them, and I say, hey, I saw your post. I would love for you to try our greens, or whatever product relates to what they have. But all those problems I just listed off, we have something for that. We have so much great stuff. So, I mean, you don't have to be a salesman. You're excited about these products, and you hear somebody saying, I need to sleep better. You think, oh my gosh, I have no you. I can help them. You just want to help them. And so then that's where your mind goes. Let's see. I've got so many great things I'm so excited to share with you guys. We have our hands on something that can be for everyone. I mean, there's not anyone out there that you could point me to that I couldn't help with either our business opportunity or one of our products. I mean, we have so much good stuff. I think Lauren touched on this earlier. It's $99 to get started as a distributor. Some of the companies out there, I heard a story today, somebody had gotten started with a skincare company. The buy-in for that to get started was $1,200. $1,200. Ours is $99, and you can make that back right away, because when you enroll as a distributor, you get a free box of wraps. And when you turn around and sell those wraps for $25 a piece, you've made your money right back. So we also have huge bonuses up for grabs. New distributors that get started this month qualify to earn a $1,000 bonus by the end of May, by the end of May. And all they have to do is reach their second promotion to Ruby. I got to Ruby in 6 weeks. I know Lauren got to Ruby in 6 weeks. Shana got there very fast, probably faster than that. I can't remember. No, Lauren might have been faster. Anyways, I think we all did that. And so I know we've got a 10 weeks to help get you there. That'll be a piece of cake. Then we also have other bonuses that anywhere from $2,000 to $150,000 that are all up for grabs too. And several people on my team will be getting those this month. Also in your kit, when you get started, like I said, you get the free box of wraps. You'll also get samples of defining gel. You'll get a lot of these catalogs. You'll get some business cards. You will get a cute little bracelet. There's a magazine about the company. There's lots of great stuff in that. And another great thing, I can't believe I almost forgot this. We don't have quotas. It doesn't matter how much you sell each month. You stay a distributor. You don't have to sell a certain amount to remain a distributor. You will keep your discount no matter what. There's no commitment. If you decide to get started tonight and then decide tomorrow you made a mistake, you're done. You don't have to do anything else. And the only money that's taken out after you get started is $20 a month for your website. And technically you can turn that off and still remain a distributor. You just have to call customer service every time you wanted to get something done, like enrolling a new customer or whatever. And that can be a pain. If you've got to do that every single time and you're getting lots of customers, you'll be making way more than $20 a month. So $99 to get started, $20 a month minimum. I mean, you don't have to spend any more than that each month. Because a lot of people have told me, oh, I had to buy, $200 worth of, with other companies, $200 worth of product each month, or I had to have 6 parties a month, or I don't know, it's just crazy requirements. You basically can work it at your own pace. My goal was to quit my job. Lauren's goal and Shana's goal, they got big aspirations too. We all three want to make it to that $32,000 a month, and we're going to. I know we're going to. But I don't know what he said. But if you just want to work this business as a hobby, if you just want to work this business as a hobby and make an extra $500 to $1,000 a month, then that's totally fine too. You can basically go at your own pace. You write your own paycheck. because how much ever work you want to put in, that's how much money you're going to get paid. And I want to make as much as I can. No commitment. We talked about that. Oh, I heard an interesting statistic the other day that a traditional business, like if someone's opening like a boutique, traditionally, on average, the average business doesn't break even until their fifth year. I made a big profit in my first few months, and these ladies on here have too. So that was really cool. You'll definitely be surprised what you're capable of when you connect with a team that all has the same goals as helping people in a Christian company.
Yes.
I don't want to. It stinks.
I don't.
Close it. And when we're all like, I can succeed without helping my team, but it's a whole lot easier to succeed if you do it with your team. And so it's all a team effort. So I want you to think about, like, I may get emotional. What would your life be like if you didn't have that debt that was putting a strain on your relationship? What if you didn't, have that debt that's keeping you up at night? What if you didn't have to wake up to an alarm clock? What if you never had to miss those milestones in your kid's life? What if you could make so much that you bring your husband home from his job too? Because, if he's working out in the hot sun or even just a job that he hates, and you can all be at home as a full-time family. That is very much achievable. I started a year and a half ago, and in 7 months, I had retired from my job, and I was living that life. So, if you're interested at all, I say give it a shot. You never know what you can achieve until you try it. And this is the best time in this company's history to jump on board, and I'm here to tell you that this is the best team to be a part of. So, I want to open the floor for questions. If anybody has any, please don't be shy. You can click at the bottom. I think it says, what does it say? I don't have it on my screen. Raise hand or something like that.
There should be unmute and then raise hand.
Yeah, unmute, or if you can't unmute,
it'll say more, and if they click more, then it'll give them the option to raise their hand.
I want to say something.
Who is this?
It's Samantha Joe. I don't know why my screen went off.
Okay, go for it, Samantha.
I want, if you can we talk about maybe positivity?
You have an echo.
I know.
Her husband's on here too.
Sadly, yes. Turn it down, or turn down.
Well, I don't know what you want me to say about it, but
I don't know. I mean, because I guess when I started, I looked at things and I was like, I wrote stuff on my Facebook that was just so negative and so wrong.
Before you started Works.
Yeah, and with It Works, like I really feel like with the positivity, it's really brought more light to my life, that life is not negative. It's all about being positive. So I know that's one big thing about being in this company is my positivity level has skyrocketed.
I love that. I didn't know that about you.
I knew that.
I mean,
it makes me emotional.
Me too. There's something good in everything. I mean, you can look at the good in every situation. There's something to learn from it. Or, we were at a meeting the other day, and I had a flat tire, and I had to get new tires on my big old Armada. And, all I could say was, thank you, Jesus. I don't have to stress about this. I don't have to worry where this money's coming from. Thank you so much for putting this in my life. And then today, I had a wreck. Thank you, Jesus, for not letting us get hurt.
We had a wreck, and my throat was hurting.
Yeah, and the seatbelt skin his little neck.
And it still is hurting.
I'm sorry. But I have no idea how much that's going to cost. but I know no matter how much it is, the money's in the bank to cover it. I don't have to stress about that. And I'm so, so, so grateful. We were sitting there at Subway after the wreck, and I told my mom, I said, you know, if this had been a year and a half ago, I'd have had to go without groceries to pay for this. But now all I have to say is thank you for not hurting my family, and I don't have to stress about it. There's something good in every situation and something to learn from everything. So I agree, Samantha Joe.
I noticed that too. In my time with It Works, the people who I used to see post negative things have fallen to the wayside in my newsfeed, and now what I see is really positive things. And I have a couple of people on my team, and if I talk about it, I'll get kind of emotional. But
oh, Shana, don't cry again.
That's one of them. They have made such changes in their personal lives in many different ways. Some of them, it's just confidence. Some of them, it's the positivity. Some of them, well, all of them, it's the financial part. And some of them just needed some hope. And this company feeds that hope for them. And for that, the payback for me is more than financial. I never really finished my thought on my prayer. I had prayed for God to give me godly women to surround myself with. And not only has He given me godly women to surround myself with, He's brought me women who needed Him more. And for Him to use us that way is so powerful. And not everybody may believe the way that I believe, and that's okay. I love you anyway, and I'm still going to pray for you no matter what. And you don't have to believe the way that I believe, but I pray for this team every day, and that has been one of my challenges that I've challenged myself with, to not make it about me, to not make it just about what my family is able to achieve. Certainly that's great, but when I get messages from these girls who say, my commission check doubled, or I've lost this much weight, or I've lost this much inches, or I feel better about myself than I've felt in years, that's something money can't give you. I mean, it's just, it's a powerful experience. And I know I was brought here by God, and He tried to show me, what I needed to do. And it took me a few months to realize that was from Him, but I'm glad I got the message. Okay, I'll stop now.
I love it. Does anybody else who's not an It Works distributor have a question? Please don't be shy about it. Any questions you have, you are welcome to ask anything.
You are taking 500 million seconds. It's okay. I don't even get to snuggle with you.
Well, come here. You can snuggle now. Okay, guys. This may be a little bit unconventional, but I don't care. Lauren, can you please lead us in prayer before we go?
Yes, ma'am. I'd be glad to. Dear God, I thank you for today, and I thank you for each and every person that's on this video chat tonight. God, I thank you for the time that they've put into it, Lord, that they've taken away from their families, and I ask that you restore it back to them. And God, I just thank you for the opportunity of this business, Lord, that you've blessed us with, and that you have just gifted us with, God, and prospered us in. And God, I ask that you help those that are already distributors to continue to be prosperous, and the ones that are deciding whether or not they want to join us, Lord, just show them if it's for them or not, and make it clear, God, so that they don't make a decision that's not in your plans. And Lord, I just ask that you help us all to have a great rest of the night with our families and a great rest of the week. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
Amen. Does anybody think of any questions? All right, we're going to get off of here, and if you are invited here by another It Works distributor, please get back with them, and if not, me or Lauren or Shana would love to help you out. Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.
Hey.
Please.